Great. Happy Tuesday. Great energy in here today. People are really clapping. That's awesome. Yeah, we haven't even started. We're crushing it. Right? Okay, so we have a jam-packed meeting. So I want to make sure that we get to everything we need to today. It's going to be a lot of fun and excitement. First of all, I just want to thank Brandy for sponsoring our lunch today. You'll hear more from her. If you guys see her running around the office with the little triplets, it's cute. She's like Brandy times 3 running behind her. So it's pretty adorable. They're little ducklings. That's what it reminds me of, a little duck walk, right? Okay. Look you guys over right now. That would be fine. Thanks, Brandy. We appreciate you supporting us always. Shout out to our July birthdays. I know some of you guys are here in the room. I know Jeff is here. His birthday's coming up, which I love. Robin just had his birthday. I see the Dutch back there, right? Janet also, Denise, Ben. I know Ben's birthday's coming up too, which is great. If you guys are on this list, happy birthday from all of us. We're so excited to celebrate. That's fun. Welcome to our newcomers. So we have Amy Lee, who has joined the Minution group. She's focusing on commercials, so she'll be working with Denise and Catherine. So very exciting to have her over from South Bay. Marco Chavez has also joined, newer agent, very energetic. Marilyn Azar. Marilyn is someone many has known for many years. She's a great agent. And Tamika Jones, she coincidentally enough works for the Carson Business Department that helps process all the agents' business requests. So you know all those little warning signs and signs you can Carson? Well, just give Tamika a big old hug because she's actually one of the nicest, sweetest people you've ever met. So congratulations, you guys. Welcome to the office. So excited to have you. I don't think anyone is here in person, but excited to have you guys. Special shout out. You're welcome. Many, do you want to introduce Ben?
Yeah,
or
welcome.
Oh, I'm shy.
Not today. Welcome, Ben. So, Ben stepping into the role of the director of growth in our company. Very similar role to what we have in the other bigger offices. It's in our specific case, it's the office in the South Bay. And you're going to sit more nationwide versus locally, right? You're playing more of the basketball and football teams versus the staying, lean. And Ben brings great experience. 12
years of Redfin.
12 years in Redfin, all right? Redfin,
16 years overall.
16 years of business. Give us 60 seconds about that.
Yeah, 60 seconds. Been in the business since 2006. Last 12 years at Redfin. All over the West Coast, California, Washington, and Hawaii. So I know a bunch of Redfin folks if you want me intel on that. But super concentrated here in Long Beach. I've worked here for a long time. And I'm super excited to join the team, bring my knowledge of real estate and learn a lot about Keller Williams and help you guys grow and have profit sharing going.
Awesome, yeah. And you'll be surprised, but Redfin, not as the company as other agents, the agent, they work for a very small compensation, et cetera, not on the agent side, but on the cultural side, once you really know how they function from within, it's very similar to David. Even the colors kind of resemble how we vibe and get to know Ben because it brings a lot of great value and it's going to be an amazing addition to our team. He's going to help the company to grow from outside, right, and also from within.
I have a slide.
Hold that slide.
I have a slide.
So I'm going to keep just that for the
So maybe stealing my thunder. Is like, what the heck is the director of growth? Because it's your role for this office, right? So I made a slide so I would make sure I hit all the talking points. So I'm here to assist Halley. She's not going anywhere. We are going to be the dream team, and I'm here to grow the market, both externally and internally. So externally, I'm looking for really great agents that are going to come be productive right away, contribute to the office market share. And then internally, I'm going to help you guys. Oh, and I'm also looking for new folks. So anybody who's new to real estate wants to join the KW family, send them our way. We'll make sure they're taken care of. And then internally, I'm going to level up the training program, do some stuff with the mentor productivity coaching program. And I'm just going to get really good content, really good speakers, really level up the education. Super excited. Come to see me. I like to talk. Thank you.
Awesome. I just been living on my couch for the last week, just about in
It's
the
couch
office.
surfing.
Yeah, he's couch surfing. Now we have 2 couches, so that's relevant. I love it. Hey Simon. Looking sharp. Simon dressed up for our meeting. Okay.
That's for you.
I love you. Any bucket fills or shout outs that you guys have you want to give to people? Just quick shout out to Leslie too and Brandy putting together that class. How many of you guys were in the session earlier? It was amazing. And thank you guys for your leadership. And they came to us with an idea. Hey, we went through this transaction. It could be like a 4-week course. So let's go through this. And they came to us with an idea and said, we want to share this with our colleagues and especially the newer agents to have them see that interesting perspective. And that type of leadership is just really something that I'm very proud to be in business with, that you guys come forward with an idea that's here to help collaborate. And that's awesome. So just round of applause.
Quick shout outs, one for Shannon for stealing my tweet, basically my jacket. I love it. Looking good. And for Robin, for having a birthday month, right? Show me some love.
Love that. Anyone else? Another shout out, Dinos. I don't know if he's in the room. You guys, you didn't see Dinos got his first listing. We're gonna take it here in a minute. So excited for him. He's been working really hard. And he got a bunch of buyers actually from the open house, which is great. Again, still in Naples, so that's super high price point. So awesome. Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at our closings and production for the week. Look at all these names. Stellar week, you guys. Lindsay Iskarica and Ray T ×2. Anne-Marie Bayham, the Green Team, Chun, Janet Darrow, Shannon Jones team back there ×2. Susie Mata, Robert Reynolds. Yeah, Susie. Robert Reynolds, Allison Van Wig ×8. What? Tim Horde and Allison ×2. So that's 10 closings for Allison. Wow. Olga, Judy Pearson, Elaine Ross, Mario Mitchell and Pat, Tim Matchka, Live Distinctively, and Carlos. Carlos, I see you here. Okay, guys, so drum roll, please. What does that equal in actual production? Okay, that was for such a big. That is a huge week. So amazing. Cindy, you can feel that energy in there, right? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, it is really nice. Back there.
I just add to it.
Did
I
we keep
know
South
that this is happening because city keeps sending me those mission requests, DocuSign and holy moly. You guys are doing awesome. I'm constantly getting like 10, 15 every day. So congratulations.
Keep it up.
Super good. Keep up the good work, you guys. Great job. So let's take a look at our new listings. Quite a few here on the market. Lindsay has a listing out in Yucca Valley, 379,000, 3-bed, 2-bath. They have another listing in Menifee, 499, 3-bed, 2-bath. Right? Dinos is listing. He's here. Yeah, he's all excited about that. Dinos is on Rivo Alto Canal, 3.495 purchase price, listing price. Okay, great job. Congrats, Dinos. Whose is this? Oh, Tim Matchka's, I think. No, Tim Horde. Okay, sorry, I couldn't move this. There we go. Tim Horde. So Tim Horde has a listing on Orleans Way in Long Beach, 3-bed, 2, maybe it looks like 2.5, 649.9. New on the market. Daniela has a listing in Laguna Niguel, 1.149 2-bed, 2-bath. Daniela is a really nice person. Tim Matchka on Seaside Way is a lease 2,650, 1-bed, 1-bath. Long Beach, San Pedro, Tim Matchka, 1.2 million, 3-bed, 2-bath. We have another one in San Pedro. For Tim, 875,000, 3-bed, 2-bath. Maggie Shapiro, I know a couple people, you guys have looked at this already, but 699, 3-bed, 3-bath in North Long Beach. Okay, does anyone have any listing pitches when we're up here? Buyer needs, good inventory. Good to see so many slides up there. Listing pitches, things coming soon. We don't know how.
Barney.
Yeah, Michelle.
Orange County, even Long Beach is okay. She really wants a big outdoor space, like a patio or ground level with like a wraparound. And we've seen a couple, but they won't have inside laundry or they won't have parking. So parking, inside laundry, and some kind of outdoor yard space, 600 or under. One bedroom's okay. It doesn't have to be two.
Yeah, single family.
She's a solid buyer. No, condo.
Okay, good. Well,
First
let's
time
look at
buyer
first
is really
one.
good income. Stanton. I mean, she really wants like Huntington, Sunset Beach.
Cypress. Not so much.
No.
I feel you. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. Yeah, great.
No landings, no melons.
Yeah, I know, that would be great. Anyone else?
Kelly has one,
Oh.
yeah. She says
Okay,
she's coming soon in North Hollywood.
Okay, hang on. Leslie, go ahead and pitch yours, and I'm gonna pull up Kelly's here in the chat.
My buyer needs a miracle. We have a FHA. $400,000 budget, needs a 2-bedroom. Preferably on the first floor. If it's on a different floor, then it needs to have an elevator. We're pretty open to anywhere from the South Bay to, say, the Cypress area. Nothing further than maybe the 1.5.
Price point? Did I miss price point?
400 FHA.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, Kelly, Kelly, do you have something for us? Do you want to unmute and pitch?
I am unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, great. I don't know if you were able to pull it up, but the address is 5950 Simpson. And it's in the Valley Village neighborhood of North Hollywood. It's right off the 170. It's near NoHo West, which is a newly developed area up there with retail, et cetera. Anyway, it's a great home. It's almost 1,800 square feet, all permitted additions back in the late 70s. And it's in, it's got deferred maintenance, it's dated, but it would be perfect for a flip, any kind of investor and occupant who wants to do the remodel on it. It's priced at $950 and we are coming soon. And we are planning on being on market a week from Thursday. So on the 20th of July. And we'll be doing an open house the following weekend. But if anybody wants to check out the listing, I have additional video that I can share and would love to, if you have somebody who's super interested and wants to make an offer before we go live on the market, I would love to see that from everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Kelly. Congrats.
Can you give us the address again, Kelly?
Yeah, 5950 Simpson Avenue.
Thanks. Some of us are taking notes.
Yeah, in North Hollywood.
That's awesome. Okay, guys, anyone else? Last call. Now I'm seeing more hands. Shannon.
We have 3 on market this week. 2 are in the Wrigley area and are both fixers. One is a Spanish style at 2285 cedar. It's going to be coming on the market at 700,000. And 2-bedroom, 1 bath, but almost 1,400 square feet on a large lot. With a lot of really nice original features and a kitchen that should be gutted. It's detached, yeah. And then we also have just up the street from there at 2332 Cedar, a duplex with 2 separate little houses on a lot in a garage in between. And there is a tenant in the back, so that's going to be subject to inspection. But the other one will be open on Saturday. And that we may be adjusting the price, but right now the working price is $650. It does need some work, but they're both pretty ripe for somebody who wants to buy them and fix them up. Wow. The other listing that we have in the market this week is 7166 East Florida, which is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home, and it is listed in $1,094,000. and it's more than 2,000 square feet. Anyway, you have that, and those showings will be available on Saturday at the open.
That's awesome. Congratulations too, by the way. Very impressive. That duplex sounds like it's gonna go fast. Everyone's eyes lit up when you start. Yeah, people waiting, it's like crazy. Okay, great. Thank you guys. Good to hear. After a little poking and prodding, we had some stuff there in the crowd, so I love it. So let's go ahead and bring up our main attraction for today. Many.
Yes, come on, Michelle, Shannon. Oh, is it Shannon or Brad or both? Can both of you? Perfect.
House next door sold for $1 million off market last November.
I think someone needs muted there, Kim. I don't know if it's Kelly or.
That's Sophia. Can you ask Sophia?
Sophia, can you mute? Yeah. Thanks.
I'm gonna, I think I'm right over here. Are you guys nice and comfortable? Perfect. Okay, all right, so stealth creativity panel, okay, and this is a topic that we don't really discuss as often. We don't really hear too much about that topic specifically. You know, maybe in different directions, different way to present, to talk about it, but I specifically want to talk about that topic as it's presented, because I see more and more creative, and I'm going to put emphasis with listing agents, not just right, or creative agents in the sense of how I'm going to talk about it as you guys are doing this today, which is different than how it usually is, and also compared to other agents out there, because it's becoming more of a fierce competition, right? Less agents in the market share, less inventory, yet you still need to be, I think, even more talented and more creative than before to capture the business that is out there, right? Michelle Hardy, and we have the Shannon Jones team, Brad and Shannon, and thanks for taking the time, you know, and out of your creative time to share the talents with us. It's going to be a discussion, and they will share whatever, you know, they feel like sharing. If you have questions, raise your hand, ask a question, so you know you get the best out of it. Fair enough? Okay, same thing on the Zoomies, whoever's out there. So all the Zoomies.
It's a
Used to be the zombies back in the day, now it's the Zoomies, post-pandemic.
it's a proper.
So statement is our clients needs us to be creative today more than before. Do you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Share a bit more about that statement.
Well, I think that people are looking to us not just to have the information, but also to engage with them and to, you know, we're there not just to help them with a transaction, but also to connect with them and find ways throughout to either make things easier, make things more fun, make it less stressful. Because when it comes down to it, buying or selling a house is stressful. And so anything that we can do to either connect on a level that's not just transactional, or to provide additional service, but not just in, you know, not just like a here's your statement kind of way, I think helps to create deeper relationships. So, like, I'll give you an example. Like, we always just did for a number of years, you know, like closing gifts. And I think that, you know, a lot of agents do closing gifts. So I know some people are like, my services do a whole new thing. Like, really get over yourself. You know, but we started looking for other spots in the transaction where we could kind of do something different. And so one of the things that we do now is when they get under contract, we provide them with what we call kind of like our anti-stress kit. And we just order these little white boxes from Amazon and we put stuff in there. And there, you know, like there's a couple packets of Advil. There's, if they drink, there's a couple. There's little bottles. I have in my office, I have stashed little mini bottles of vodka. And it's not for when I'm having a bad day. So we do that. We put in chocolate. We have anti-stress tea. We have a little scalp massager. We have scented candles. So there's a whole bunch of things. And then we put it with a little branded note card that says, you know, we understand that, you know, buying a home, or if they're going into escrow as a seller, that selling a home can be stressful. Here's a few things to help, you know, alleviate the stress. And so we give it to them. And, you know, they're usually, oh, like, because that's a point at which they are really stressed, and it just kind of helps acknowledge that. The other thing that we do is, when all the contingencies are removed, we used to send moving boxes, but now we send these moving bags, which you can get on Amazon, and they're like, it's a much nicer package that comes instead of the boxes. They're like soft bags, and so people can stuff things into them. And we've had a lot of clients tell us that they really like these because they're able to kind of pack the last minute type things that you know, forget to put in boxes in there. And it's also a point in the transaction, like, so now all the contingencies are removed and the messages, all of your contingencies are removed, it's time to get packed or something like that. And
What part of it was actually give the stress box?
the stress box is right when they get under contract. And then
Buyers and sellers.
buyers and sellers.
Is there more boost for the sellers than the?
I think the poor buyers right now.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
buyers probably need it before their offer ever gets accepted. Right.
Well, they usually take it to the home inspection.
Yeah.
Go in there, here, you're gonna need
This
this.
is something else to kind of look at and whatnot, you know, when they're at the inspection. We have little branded note cards. So, we have these cute little note cards, and it's something like, you know, buying, I don't know, it has a lot of words on it and our logo. If you want a copy of it, let me know. I've got a bazillion copies, but I mean, I've got piles of them, so you can have one and you can copy it if you want. Although put your name on it. Yeah.
So talking about creativity, thinking outside the box, this is totally outside the box kind of thinking, right? Be creative. Oh, it's an Amazon, anybody can do it, but who's actually doing it, right? So.
I was gonna say my last closing gift was for a seller. I'm on buyer side a lot, but they always get a closing gift. So that's become like just routine for me. And I think the clients kind of expect it because a lot of them are following me. They'll see it pop up on a story like
That's what I was
closing
gonna say.
day, it's a
Yeah.
big fat bow. And it helps. I swear people think like, "I'm gonna buy a house with her. Like that looks fun." It's just making it a little more interesting and creative. I'm not gonna show you what's in the box I make baskets and they're very personalized because each client is so different. So like one I'm making right now, they won't be watching this, so they're not gonna know. They get it next week. But I did like, because they're selling, I was like, God, selling sign for me is like a harder gift to get. Like, what do I get them? I like the stress relief idea. And I did like for them, because they're selling a cabin, their vacation rental, and the husband's not happy about it. And the wife is stoked. 'Cause she was the property manager and she was in charge of everything. So she's like, woo, let's party. So I was like, well, let me get them like a picnic day out. And they've got 2 little girls. And I was watching Shark Tank and they had pints to go. So, you know, like those steel containers we're all using for our water, and it keeps your water cold or hot for hours. There's one for ice cream pints. And I was like, that is brilliant. Why have I never heard of this? So I looked on Amazon and sure enough, there's that brand, which was $1 bazillion. And then there was like imitation ones. So I'm like, this is perfect for the kids. I'm gonna put the ice cream in there. When we're out and about, like celebrating next week, she'll get to open that after and be like, what the hell? Like the ice cream's still frozen. I've tested it, it works. Anyway, I just thought that was a creative way to include the kids. And then for the husband and wife, I got a wine that she likes, a wine that he likes. Hers is bubbles because she's more celebratory. His is a nice classic red wine that I know he'll love. And they got them like little to-go cups for their picnic. So it's like, I'm taking care of the kids, I'm taking care of the adults, but it's like Nobody else is gonna be able to do that just like with a generic gift. There's no generic gifts happening in my business
Mhm.
ever.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we have like a few kind of fallback gifts, but what we started doing, like, we realized that sometimes we were getting to the end of the transaction. And we were like, okay, so putting together a basket, do we include champagne, do we not, do they drink, do they not drink, whatever. So we started doing these questionnaires so that we could find out more about them. And they ask things like, what's your go-to coffee order? You know, so like if you were gonna show up at a home inspection with coffees, you might actually show up with what they want. And we'll ask, what's your, you know, your drink of choice if you're celebrating? And then you find out, like, one of our clients answered kombucha. Okay. Like,
Kombucha.
yeah, well, I don't know if they were doing the kombucha. We didn't ask a follow-up question.
Hold it on for a second.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys hitting on my key points, which is awesome. You see, I want you just to follow, catch up with what they're talking about, because if one says, oh, this is cool, good ideas, whatever, there's so much, into just what they're sharing right now, because they're being extremely creative, right? And what you just mentioned right now is I think it must be part of it might turn into a CR form at one point, right? Is a questionnaire. Get to know your clients, right? And not just about what's the best closing gift, but really how to service them properly, right? So
Personality types.
yeah, please continue to give those examples, because this is priceless.
The other thing you can do is, like, if I don't like somebody, honestly, I'm not gonna send them a social media friend request, but a lot of our clients I like, and the ones I don't like, they go to Brad.
It's like a partnership, it's only works.
I need the Brad.
But, anyway, so, but a lot of our clients I'm friends with on social media, and so if you spend just a little bit of time, you know, following them and actually looking at what they're doing, what you'll see is sometimes things that will give you clues about what's important to them and what they like and what their style is. And then, you know, I'll give you like an example, like somebody gets a new job, or they, you know, they have a new baby, like we sold a house to somebody and, you know, 3 years later, they have a baby. And what we do is we'll put together like a send out card, and I will just swipe the photos from Facebook and create something, you know, hello baby or whatever. And then it's got the photos. And we've had clients who will be like, oh my gosh, and then they'll take a picture of it and then they share that on their social media and they're tagging me, which is kind of nice.
On your questionnaire, do you ask them what organizations they belong to?
We don't, but that would be a good.
Because
question.
that's kind of a cool way to get to a whole different group of people on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
Then that way they'll let you into that group, then that's a whole new thing. It's already something.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I would add, or what organization you belong to, sure, you go to.
Yeah. No, we haven't, but I like it. I'm ready.
I feel like a stalker on social media, and I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. That's what it's there for. 90% of my clients, 95% of my clients have public profiles. I usually am friends with them, so I'm adding them and I am reading everything. One of my notes on here about like one of the questions that might come up later, but just other creative ways, like I'm even getting clients when they're friends first, or when I've met them at one of my many hobbies or concerts I've gone to. I meet random people. I'm just a people person naturally, so being myself is I don't have to think of marketing, because it's easy to be yourself, right? My mom used to always say that famous quote was that be yourself because everyone else is taken. So it's like the most unique thing you can do is just be yourself. So I've gotten more comfortable in my skin doing that. And that has allowed me to meet more people because you're being authentic. Then you're adding them on social media, you're seeing their whole life. But before they're ever supporting my business, I'm supporting theirs. It doesn't matter if they're a school teacher, a dentist, I don't care what they do. I'm finding a way to support their business. So one of my clients, for instance, she teaches, she's an occupational therapist. So her hospital will do these events where their patients are doing like a coffee run. They're like learning how to integrate into the real world, how to make coffee, how to cook. And they're like selling the goods and the things that they're doing. I will show up every time and buy the coffee and go and see. And I learned so much about their positions and their jobs. But that has, I think, helped my business because it comes around full circle. I'm supporting them a long time before they're like, oh, that's right, you're a realtor. Like I'm their friend, usually first. And I'm somebody in their community and who's supporting their business. And I do work with a lot of small business owners who think they can't get approved for like a loan. So that's why I work with so many first-time buyers as well. So it all kind of connects. Just naturally to my personality type, right? So you find what works for you, but I think it's pretty creative.
Yeah,
it's great.
Sure is. And
How
so-
we need to be. I'm not intending to be like, I'm gonna support your business and then you're gonna come support mine. It just kind of happens.
Also
It
be
does come
diverse, right?
Yeah.
And that sense. So we just need to the next question about sharing interests with your clients. Do you find yourself sharing, curious about what their interest, I want to do that as well? Or did you find yourself start to do things, right? For own goods, family or lifestyle that you learn from your own clients. And that's how you actually resonate and connect with them.
I mean, I think it's kind of both, because I think if you're sharing things that you're interested in or you're passionate about, yes, you are gonna attract some of the same people who are interested in that. And quite honestly, if you're on like Facebook, especially, whatever you're sharing, that stupid algorithm is gonna share everything. So if I'm traveling, all of a
That
sudden, my
passport
whole
thing you shared the other
feed-
day was great. I was like, what app is it? I'm like, taking a picture of the icon. Is this
Yeah.
the right one? Like that, I travel all the time. I never heard that.
Yeah,
Like stupid things like that are so like they connect.
and that's,
Okay.
and the thing is, like, like, who are the people on there? Yeah, with some agents, but a lot of people who are commenting on things, if I look at it, a ton of them are my past clients. And so how am I engaging with my clients on, who like to travel? Well, because I do, and then they find that interested, and then they'll ask me for advice and whatnot. Am I doing that because of business? No, I'm doing it because honestly, I'd rather be traveling than working. But, I do. Yeah, exactly. Bye, son, I'm gone. Yeah, so, but I think, it just works both ways. You do have to though actually be interested in what they're doing, and if you are, then great, and if you're not, find different people to work with.
I was gonna say a creative thing I thought of the other day. I don't know if this connects directly to that question, but I'm always asking, and I usually wait. I'm assuming they had a 5-star experience, which 99% of the time they do. I'm waiting like a week or two after transactions, so they've chilled into their place a little bit, they're calmed down, and I reach out and I'm like, I hope you're settling into the new place. Here's a couple links like to my Google page and to my Yelp. You have to copy and paste the review. It's super annoying, but I really appreciate you taking the time to share your experience. I give them a couple talking points. So this is what I've always done. I'm 8 years in the business now, and I've always done that. And it works. I don't know, not that well, but I get like maybe 12 reviews out of the 75 deals I've done. I'm like, what is going on? Like, where is everybody? So the other day I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I had just closed one, and she posted, oh my God, I love my house. It's so beautiful. And I'm like reading the whole thing, and I'm nowhere on there. I've known this person for 20 years. She didn't think, like, she's just not thinking like a salesperson. Oh, Michelle Hardy was my realtor. She's so great. But it would have been nice to get a tag or something. And I'm like, that's it. I need to ask for that. The Yelp reviews are great. The Google reviews are great. I don't know who's actually reading them. Probably nobody. But on social media, like these
They do,
random
though.
posts, and I'm like, this is my love, it's so pretty. Where am I in that? So now I'm like, hey, you can either review my Google page, here's a quick link, or throw up a post on your social media and tag me. Here's my tag, da, da, da. Talk about whatever you want to do at the house, but I'd love a shout out because this is my way into their sphere. I already have my sphere, and my sphere that bought with me 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they're now selling with me. So that little dishwasher cycle is happening. But how do I get my sphere? And I'm like, ooh, those numbers, if you really like look at it, it could multiply in so many directions. So I'm asking for reviews in a very different way now. And I thought that was cool.
On reviews, and I just stole this from somebody else, was we created this little site, and we will send people the link. And the link is in like a little, congratulations on closing, and attached is your closing statement and yada, yada. And then, if you enjoyed working with our team, we'd love it if you could take a few minutes to review us, and here's a link. So it sent them to a link, up to a page, and it basically says, how was your experience with our team? And you have the choice of, it was great, it was 5-star, you click on that, then it takes you to all the links for Google, Yelp, Zillow, whatever. If you say, meh, could have done better, which honestly, we've not ever had anybody do that. But if you did, like if God forbid, somebody wasn't happy, it sends them instead to a little survey where they get to share
The experience.
what it is.
Do that over here.
Yes.
Keep that off my.
All right. All right now.
Keep that over here.
Yeah, it's really smart. And so that's what it does. Now, a lot of times, again, they're not, I don't know how these people get like 189 reviews. I can't tell.
Well,
I really can't tell you, but.
You have to keep bugging them for that.
Well, we do,
It's
and
annoying.
so about a week or 2 weeks later, we say, we hope you're settling in, and we send them that link again, and then sometimes they'll be like, oh, okay. And then if they haven't still, about a month later, we send it again,
Yeah.
and then sometimes they'll do it, and sometimes they won't.
That kind of links back to my supporting their small business or even just their line of business. I'll review their business. So
Yeah.
like one of my clients / best friends now, he owns a printing company. So if you ever need good printing, Coastline Stitches, I'll call him out because he's fantastic and he's local. But like he had never given me a review, and he was probably my client number 3 in my first year. Like he waited for me to get licensed to buy a place, and it was awesome. But then like I never got that review. So then I made sure I like ordered a bunch of gear. It was probably for a bachelorette party, and then I ordered some real estate stuff. And then I went on Coastline and I gave like the biggest, longest, best review about the quality of the stitching and the colors and the pictures and us wearing them. And then I sent that to him and I was like, by the way, you still need to review me. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he was like immediately on there. So that kind of helps me get sometimes like I'll kind of play with them a little bit if I have to.
But that's another creative way, by the way, that agents only think about the consumer, the buyer and seller, not about the affiliates to review your business, because you are doing business together too.
I've been
That can
asking
be-
for agent reviews. So
Yeah.
if it ends and we're like, oh my God, let's do it again. I love working with you, which happens 99% of the time in my business. I'm asking that agent for a review now, and I give them one, or I just do it and then send them theirs and be like, throw it back,
Right,
And
right.
they will, they
That-
will.
Yeah, that will work.
That's smart, that's really smart.
What, if, last question on my end, and of course, you can, keep sharing, and if you have any good questions, please, jump in, but, thinking, outside the box requires, to a certain extent, some kind of, to be a little bit, kind of courageous, right? Because if you did it, you didn't do it for a long time, if you do like, it's very specific practice and close, you don't want to change, deviate, annoy the world, what have you, you're gonna stick to your ground, right? So you need to be a little bit, again, to be creative, you need to be a little bit, I want to try things out, because you might have the risk of annoying someone, maybe lose business, maybe being criticized or what have you. What do you approach about that kind of mentality or mindset? Why is it okay to be that kind of a person, to be
I'm like, my
creative?
generic posts about real estate don't really work really well. So I'm kind of like surveying my audience and my friends on there. And I'm just like, this will get 2 likes. And it's like a property tour that's just generic. But when I'm like, oh, I closed this home with this person, this is why it was unique, this transaction, or maybe it was difficult, and I'll talk a little bit about it. The more personal I am in the post, the more activity I get back. And then I also find people can resonate with it, because I'm not talking about it being completely perfect, unless it was, which is not always going to be. I feel like I get a lot of leads from those type of posts, from when I'm like, this close and look at this house, or like, this is a designer. Like I'll ask the client too, do you want to tag? Do you not want to tag? Like, it's always up to them. I think I've only had 2 clients say like, tag me once we close, or like tag me after this point, or don't tag me at all. Otherwise, 98% of them want to be tagged, and then they'll share that. And that's when I'm getting that tag that I've now started requesting. If I don't get it from the post, from my own post, then I'm asking them for that review. But I am noticing like the more personal I am talking about real estate on my page, the better, like the auto posters, they're not working.
Mhm.
People can smell those out. They're too addy. Like those don't work for me.
Yeah, and I think you have to be real. When we were traveling, we had a escrow that closed, and it was like the transaction from hell. And, you know, we were in escrow and then we fell out because the buyer got cold feet and then we got under escrow again and the appraisal came in low and there was mold and there was, yeah, I mean, it was just everything went wrong. And we have a new marketing VA who did a just sold post and I'm looking at it from France and it said something about this was a smooth and seamless transaction.
Transaction, you're talking about.
I was like, oh, no, it wasn't. So I basically went on the platforms, I could edit that out and edited that out and just said, yeah, congratulations to our clients or something like that. Because it was like, you can't say that if it wasn't true. You have to actually be real. And our client who closed, it was her mom's transaction, but she was the one who was kind of managing it. And I've known her for years. And she follows us on social media. And I thought, oh my God, she'll have seen that. And so I sent her a little note and I said, I'm sure you've noticed it said this because she liked it, whatever. And I said, and I've edited it now because clearly that wasn't smooth and seamless. And I'm sorry. And she said, well, I got a good chuckle out of it.
She probably loved it, yeah.
And you see, that's been creative, by the way. to
That is
edit it
creative,
And then to
yeah.
communicate it at the same time, right? So that's, Robert, question?
Yeah, since we're talking about reviews, where do you guys get reviews?
Google has been my favorite, so that's why I might only have under 10 on there. I don't even know how many I have, but I have been transitioning them to Google because I feel like more people are using that for business as opposed to Yelp. So usually I put both links in the email when I'm asking them, like, hey, throw me a review if you had a 5-star experience or whatever I'm saying. I'll put Google first, and then I'd say about 70% of them are copy and pasting it and putting it on Yelp. I used to collect on Zillow and Redfin and Facebook Business. I'm not doing those three of them.
And I recommend,
I decided to channel into like.
one recommendation about Google, because it is the biggest engine today in the world, is if you share a link, share the direct link that takes them to the 5 stars. Don't share them, hey, go and look me up on, Google Maps or whatever.
No, I
It's a
sent the
direct
review
link
link.
that takes them to the 5 stars, they put 5 and put some comments, so.
Okay.
On
Yeah,
that,
'cause I've
note, I
started-
have to say something. So
I haven't used.
my last property, I just bought a house last year, but I obviously used myself. But when I was, 6-7 years ago, I was waiting for my license to come. So no, this would have been 8 years ago. I used Shannon Jonesine I didn't know you guys at all. And I found them from Google. So I was like waiting for my license date to come, like my exam date to come in the mail. And I was like, this is taking forever. It had been like 8 months. And I'm like, I want to buy this condo and I don't have time to wait. I wanted to use myself. I don't have time. And it had been on the market maybe like a month and a half. And I was like, that's it. Google, Long Beach real estate. You guys popped up first. So I don't know what they're doing. Like I'd call that creative marketing because you guys come up first. And I'm pretty sure you still do. And that's how I bought my last condo.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, did you work with Shannon with?
No, not even.
Shannon?
No, I was just gonna say, I definitely, if you're trying to get somebody to review you, I would absolutely, default to Google and having that be the first strategy. We used to, when we were, Zillow Premier Agents, whatever, we used to have people review us on Zillow. And so we still have a lot of reviews on Zillow, but I could care less if anybody reviews me on Zillow, honestly, it just doesn't matter to me. And Yelp, I hate because.
Of the ads are on it, so as soon as you scroll down, if you're not paying,
Exactly.
there's like 3 other realtors on
And
there.
honestly, don't waste your money ever on the advertising on Yelp because every time we've tried it, our Yelp leads go down, but not up. But the other thing is Yelp will filter out a bunch of totally valid reviews. And so you are wasting, your client's time to get you to review you on Yelp if they're gonna review you one place and then have that filtered out. Google doesn't filter out the reviews. So send them to Google for sure.
And the last one to that, and the last question is, if you didn't have a good experience with the client, don't ask him to give you a review.
No.
You'll be
That
surprised.
one I'm just like, let it slide.
Let it slide, right? Yeah.
I only had one client that
You got bad
happened.
reviews.
No.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, because I
I always felt like, you know, many years ago, I would want like a Zillow review and I thought, oh, cool. But even then, I would like, you know, use my dog's email or somebody else's email. They were all fake anyway. But like, why do you want to give Zillow as your competitor? They're a useless middleman. Why do you want to send your clients to Zillow so they can help steal you away or make you pay them a commission? So I think it's good that you brought up that Google, because I'm not using Google for reviews. I have like 20 Zillow reviews, only about 4 of them are real. But
That's a chance right now to reach out to past clientele,
Yeah.
ask him to review your. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
the other thing I'm gonna add is this, on Google, if you are, if you haven't already done this, set up your Google business profile. For sure, and make sure there are photos on there, make sure you're doing updates, make sure all of the information is accurate. Because if you haven't set that up, people will have a harder time finding you on Google.
And when they review on Google, one of my clients put up a bunch of pictures. So I went to my page once just to kind of see what it looked like. And I was like, oh my gosh, there was like pictures of her holding a closing gift in front of her door that we took years ago. And like her holding her key. And it was pictures of her, but like tagging my business with a whole write-up. And I was like,
Absolutely.
I really like the format of Google Business. And you don't have to pay for it. I'm not paying
No,
for it.
I don't.
I'm like free. You can look
It's
up this
free.
address. My face pops up. This is my Google Business address. It can be yours too, but
Sure, sure.
yeah.
And then,
pops right up.
and then also, and then make sure when you do create a business of some kind, if you are using this address or a similar address that has a existing business, come up with your own name, meaning, you know,
Michelle
Keller
Hardy,
Williams,
real
Michelle
estate
Hardy, real estate, will have
agents.
exactly. Don't use ours because it's already claimed. So you're not gonna, you know, gonna have like a ghost profile basically.
It also means some of your spam mail comes here. It's kind of fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
we know
great.
that. Shannon Jones, Brad
Thank you,
Jones,
guys.
Michael Harding, thank you so much.
So very much. Good job, everyone. Okay, let's bring up our lovely food affiliate today. Brandy, where are you? Our other affiliate? Around here, Brandy girl. Oh, there she is. Hey, here. Thank you again for the food.
You're welcome.
Okay, what do you have first, Brandy?
Okay, guys, I just have a request today for you guys. And that is to please take a home warranty 101 class with me. Whether you're a new or seasoned agent, and FYI, you seasoned agents probably need it the most. Take a class with me. I'll do a one-on-one. I could do a group class or anything. And a special incentive, we could do a quick one-on-one Zoom class. The first 4 agents that call me to set up a home warranty 101 via Zoom with me will each get a $25 gift card of their choice. Okay, so please join me. I just see so many claims here in this office too that are really just basic things that, you know, it scares me that sometimes people don't know. So please give me a call. I'd love to go over it with you. And then I just want to give a friendly reminder, guys, to just glance at this brochure every once in a while. There's so many good things in here. I wouldn't say there's fun things in here, but there's always good things to learn and know. And, you know, just this back page that I think a lot of people sleep on. It's also called an application. When people call me and ask me what I need for the order, this is everything that I need right here. You're more than welcome to text me. You're more than welcome to call me, but this is right here is everything I need. So check it out. You guys have them here, and I can also email all the brochures online, all that stuff. So have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Kevin, come on up here.
Okay. As I was listening to the group, I kind of concur, but there's a couple other things. About starting relationships and conversations that aren't just, want to sell your house? Want to buy a house? Want to sell your house? Want to buy a house? So what we did was we took 5 people across the board. One was in Downey, one was in Newport. Basically, we took 5 of our clients and we tried to see if they could do free and clear, just calling free and clear people. Okay. And we did by zip code. So like in Downey, there were 1,700 people that have free and clear houses. And the agent literally just reached out, cell phones and emails with 3 choices from Leisure. Okay. Have you thought of selling your big house in Downey and moving to Leisure? 2 listings, 2 sales. Okay. If you run 90804, there's 543 people that are free and clear. The great part about free and clear conversations is it's not a one trick pony. You can talk about a HELOC and having them help their kid buy a house. You can talk about ADUs. You could talk about what are they doing with the money once they've cleared all of the capital gains and inheritance tax. So let's say you've got a free and clear house for $1 million. You're going to move into Leisure World, that's $500,000. You still got $500,000, right? Let's say it's $1.5 million. So we got 500,000 capital gains exclusion, and you still have $500,000. Offer the seller, you're not going to get off your stocks, you're not going to get 7% return. You will if you do a carryback for 5 years. That's dormant money. So don't be afraid of dormant equity conversation, because there's 100 of them you can have with somebody sitting on free and clear houses. Every single one of the 5 people that we did the test march over this with had at least one sale, and the average was 2. They either represented the sale of the house or they bought using the HELOC. They had a transaction with a kid or relative or all that. So, you know, it's all about right now spending your money and time that are best suited on return. I trust me, I want title orders just as much as you guys want to sell houses. Okay, so look at, give us a zip code. We'll do free and clear. You get cell phone numbers, emails. It's a simple script. You can talk about a bunch of stuff. Awesome.
Awesome, thank you.
I just want to add that on Thursday, at 1 o'clock, our field title officer will be here doing training on trust. So it's really important because most transactions are trust right now. So we want to see you guys here. She's going to wealth of information on marketing ideas, in addition to just great information.
Yeah, and just remember, you don't need to know all about trust. That's when you have jobs. But you should know like the 3 things you gotta know.
Awesome.
What time?
Thank you, guys. 1 o'clock. Hey, Sarah, come on up here. Thank you. Kendall.
We got permission from Sarah. We just want to remind you guys, us and a couple other local affiliates, we have an event coming up on the 27th. We only announced it a couple days ago and it's almost halfway sold out. It's Chelsea Heights. She is a legend in social media. We're giving away 2 free coaching sessions with her. So please sign up if you need information on that. We'll give you the link and all that stuff. Hit us up after the meeting.
Just register because it's gonna be full by the end.
That's great. Awesome. Sarah, what do you have?
Hi, guys. I have my escrow class next week, July 20th. I think it's at 3 o'clock. Feel free to come. It's escrow tips, do's and don'ts. You know, things that I see, kind of like what Brandy said. I know there are a lot of seasoned agents in this office. I can't tell you how many times I catch things missed on the RPA or things that aren't clear. So just want to go over things that I notice when I'm in escrow that we're going back to clean up those contracts with addendums and extensions, and nobody wants to do addendums. So it's better to make sure that you go through all the things on your contract before we open escrow, so there's no misunderstanding or confusion on what the terms are in the agreement. Solars, if you guys have any solars, please let me know. I can help you find out what we need to do to transfer those. I have another one that just came up in LA, green development one. It took me forever to try to hunt down the financing company for this. It's an elderly man. I don't even know if he knows what he signed up for. So it's a whole nother process if you guys have listings with solar. So just let me know. Same with HOAs. HOAs take 8 to 10 days to get those documents. Please let me know. I'm happy to help you order those, find out the cost, the turnaround time, things like that. So please come to my class. I'd love to see you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah. Alex, come on up here. Hey, what do you have?
Just a quick update on the market. Jobs report came out last week. It was pretty much at expectations, so market didn't really move that much. We have seen rates go up over the last couple of weeks, but we firmly believe that rates will go down tomorrow. 5? Definitely not down to 5. No, but Vinny's point, Vinny's talked a lot about inflation readings over the last maybe 2 months, right? June of 2022, inflation went up 9.1%. So expectations tomorrow are only going up 3% over year. So that typically is going to be in the trader's mindset. Hey, inflation's going down. That's not going to move. as much as if the, inflation was at, another 6, 7, 8%. So there is another meeting coming up at the end of July. The Fed is likely going to raise another quarter, but that's all baked into these rates. We think that we're going to see a little bit of a downwards turning rates. We have over Monday and Tuesday of this week as well. So remember, Aussie buyers, it's simple as it is. You don't need 20%. Well, I don't know why we still hear that. You don't need 20% for the seasoned buyers, interest-only loans, 40-year amortization loans. They're helping lower those payments. They're, the seasoned buyer, those make sense for them. Okay, they're a little harder to qualify for, but they're super useful. On an $800 loan, an IO loan is about $1,000 cheaper a month. Okay, so on my properties, I have interest-only loans, and you just pay them, you make a big commission. It makes sense for someone that knows what they're doing. So definitely keep that in mind.
The Right, but the IOs are, what do you need as far as percentage down?
20, yeah, 20% down on those types of loans. They're not your first time home buyer loan, unless you're making a ton of bucks and have a ton of bucks. But they are, again, your seasoned investors, your seasoned home buyers. This is their second or third home, and they presume rates will go back down in the next 3 to 5 years. These IO loans are 7, 10-year initial terms. They're fixed. The IO is for those 7 or 10 years. So as long as they can, make a move in those 7 to 10 years, either through a sale or a refi, they're winning.
What's the rate on the IO convention?
It's not a conventional loan. So IO jumbo is like anywhere like around 6 1/4. They're lower because they're on arms, right? So they're very helpful. Very, very helpful. But only interest only for the first 7 years, and then they convert and you pay the rest of the loan back for the next 23. Or interest only for the first 10. Mine is interest only for the first 10, and then I have to pay a 20-year loan after that. So the payment jumps, but obviously my goal after year 10 or before year 10 is to do the refi or sell my house. Right?
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Appreciate you. Simon, come on up here. What do you have for us?
It's not Simon, it's actually Manny today.
Oh, okay.
Good afternoon, how's everyone doing? Just a couple of updates. Set forms, obviously, month of June, updated with some new forms. Now, when you type CR, guess what? It doesn't pop up anymore. So now there's a CR for buyer, CR for seller. So you have to type a CR-S for seller, CRB as in boy for buyer. So just a couple of the updates with set forms. Also, I'm getting a lot of confusions and a lot of concerns, and I'm going to piggyback on what Sarah was saying. When you're in a real estate transaction, you're in negotiations. Most agents' habits are to get the counter offer executed before they actually get the purchase agreement signed by the seller. So I need you to be in the habit when you're in negotiations back and forth with counter offers to also include the RPA. Because what's happening is you're signing off on the seller counteroffer or the buyer counteroffer, but then you're waiting to sign and execute the purchase agreement, the initials and the seller signatures, right? Now there's a discrepancy because the seller counteroffer might have been executed today, but now you're going back a day later trying to get the RPA signed. So it's putting a lot of confusion with escrow, and they're going back and forth. And sometimes if there's an issue or a problem, they always revert back to when was it accepted? Okay, so most agents think that the accepted is when the last counteroffer, but if you don't have the RPA signed, then that's going to be the last of the acceptance, if that makes sense. Okay, and then last, I want to introduce this little manual. Okay, a guide to the purchase agreement. What I like about this, it is very simplistic and it's color coded for you. It's a consumer for more for the buyer and seller, but it has a lot of great nuggets to really articulate the conversation you are having with your buyers. You are having with the seller. It's a $20 investment. You can buy it directly from the California Association of Realtors. I encourage you, buy this.
Do they have like
Okay.
a seller version and a buyer version? or
This
just one?
is both the
Both.
buyer and the seller. Yeah, so this is
That's
it.
awesome.
But what I
That's great.
like is look how thin it is.
Yeah.
And it goes through all 60
Sweet.
pages of the RPA. So it's a great little handbook, a cheat sheet, in my opinion, to have, so that way for the ones that are having a hard time telling themselves to understand the RPA, it's a great resource. Okay, that's all I have.
Thanks, Simon. Great, looking sharp. Leslie, what do you have for us? ALC moment. What do you have for us, ALC member?
Today, I just want to give a basic reminder to everybody to go back to the basics, right? A lot of times we lose sight of what we can do to earn business. And me and the guys had good luck with Bronson's on the phone every day making calls. And he's really starting to meet his numbers now where he's getting good adds to his database. He's getting a couple of appointments here and there. And hopefully we can solidify those appointments into, you know, specifically documented clients. Jordan's been doing open houses with great success. He is 2 for 2 at this point, right? Buyers are out there and they're just looking for the best deal and they will come in and they have asked, can you represent us? Can you please submit an offer for us this property? And it's been working for him. So, you know, just go back to the basics, go out, pound the pavement, get on the phone, make your calls, connect with people. The business is out there, you know, we just gotta go look for it.
That's awesome. Thank you, Leslie. What a good reminder. What a good reminder. Okay, so let's take a look at our calendar. Just a little short pitch too. I have this up here, Leslie, and we talked about it. Remember, Triumphs and Pitfalls are going through another session on the 18th. Again, it's happening at 10 a.m. So make sure you guys mark your calendars if you have fun today or if you missed it. You definitely won't miss out to show up for that. So let's take a look at our training calendar and events we have coming up. Mega camp, so exciting. Yes, so excited. We've got, I think, like 4 people already right now. 4 agents from the office going, including myself and Ben and Manny and Simon. So very large group. Come and enjoy and participate and learn with others around the country. They put together a program that literally is there to help you implement tools and systems today to get into more production. So join us. The hotel cutoff is happening. We're in the big dinner. It's gonna be a blast. I'd love to have you guys come. That's coming up next. Oh, great. Okay, she need a second slide. So there's all the people. Nice. Okay, great. Thank you. So exciting. Today it's actually happening right now. I believe the SoCal commercial meeting, you guys can hop on. They're going to talk about commercial news and updates right when we're done if you'd like to join. Darian and the team, there we go. There's a little slide up there. So yes, trust and marketing to trust properties with Orange Coast. That's happening this Thursday at 1 p.m. In person and on Zoom. Social media, if you guys like, I have a good sense of humor and love to watch fun videos and reels. Make sure you go follow Ace Nguyen right now. But Ace is going to be teaching a social media class. He is amazing at taking videos and home tours. If you guys follow him, it's a great resource. And he's going to be teaching you how to do it here at the class, July 19th at 12 p.m. And bring your devices because he's actually going to have your court stuff. Sarah talked about her escrow tips, do's, and don'ts, July 20th at noon here at the office and on Zoom. This Sunday is our KW Health Walk and it's here in Long Beach. We're going to actually be going downtown by the aquarium, super fun, pet friendly. We walk around the lighthouse out there. So make sure you guys mark your calendars for this Sunday at 8:30 and we'll do our little walk. It will be pretty fun. Book club. We had a great book club the other week. I don't know who else was in here. But we had a great book club and it's not too late to get the next book. It's actually signed up. We have the books in person. If you need a book, sign up right there and you can grab one from Alice and Donna in there. But join us. It's called the Leaders Playlist. Command Designs. Kim's going to be teaching a designs class, how to maximize your technology with command and how to design and print things directly from your CRM, which makes it much easier because you're not using a second or third party program. That's happening in person and on Zoom July 26th at noon. So, you know, when I was talking about social media videos just a second ago, how many people have no idea how to make them, nor do you even want to learn how? Let's be honest. Do you know how to make a video, nor do you want to learn how? Okay, great. So if you're one of those two people that just raised their hand, or the other people who were scared to raise their hand, we have a session coming up that you're going to be able to book with Michael Halley. Some of you guys have heard him speak. He's a videographer. He's actually going to help you come up with content. He's going to record the videos for you, put all those fun little word bubbles, text, and emojis that you have directly for social media. And that's all going to be provided to you at $60 a session. That is like nothing. So if you guys want, sign up with Sophia at the front. She can get you into a time slot. He's saying a minimum of 2 videos. If you're better with your speech or you guys have some content already created, he says he's willing to do more as much as we can get in that time slot. So make sure you guys join. I know I'm signed up and you've been signed up too. I'm excited. But anyways, that's going to be happening July 28th, Friday from 12 to 4. And again, the periods I think are about 30 minute sessions. So happy hot dog. Okay. So this is funny. So last year, I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but Kim Jordan, who's on Zoom, she's really good about recognizing, you know, those national holidays like Donut Day and Hot Dog Day and your best friend's sister's pet day. I don't know, they get really obscure nowadays. And so last year, long and short of it is, Many said, hey, we're going to celebrate Hot Dog Day. And Kim had read it or had misread. So somehow there's a confusion. And she read it as Dog Day. So the Hot Dog Day that we had last year accidentally, because both things were promoted, is going to be happening next Tuesday at the team meeting. So we have hot dogs. If you guys have any fun, friendly pets, we want to bring them by. As long as they're good in a group, we'd love to see them. Again, good in a group and not going to eat all the hot dogs. So we'll be celebrating that in the next team meeting. So an inside joke that's turning into a tradition. Second annual hot dog. Right, guys, thank you. Awesome. Stick around.